Cincinnati Bengal quarterback Joe Burrow tore some ligaments in his wrist, and he is out for the rest of the season, which is unfortunate for the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow was injured on a hit from Jadeveon Clowney where he came down on his wrist. And if you've seen Joe Burrow on the sideline, he couldn't grip the ball. He tried to throw the ball and couldn't throw the ball. Joe Burrow went in the locker room, about 2 minutes before halftime. You could see Joe Burrow walking through the locker room looking concerned and things like that. I think he knew, if you look at Joe Burrow's face, I think he knew what time it was, with that injury, especially when he couldn't throw the ball. And Joe Burrow, man, he's been banged up this season, but he's been a warrior. He's been gutting it out with the calf injury and everything like that. He's been out there, so it's unfortunate for him and the Bengals, so because I know, the Bengals probably, I don't know for sure, but, it's just, from what's been going on without Joe Burrow, man, I don't know if the Bengals can do what they do. You don't want to underestimate Mr. Browning, Jake, I think his last name Browning, the backup, or whoever else plays for the Bengals. They can come in there and light it up, but Joe's just Joe, and he's been proven, that he's one of the top tier quarterbacks in the NFL. So, when you lose a guy like that, man, the production and the wins and all that is just, you can just believe it's going to go downhill. It's going to decline, and the division is probably about over for the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals, they got 3 division losses. 5-5, 3 division losses. I mean, you gotta make up 4 games on the Ravens, who is, and the Steelers are top. They're in the top, but the Ravens with the 8 wins, stuff like that. So you got to make up 4 games on the Ravens with 7 games. I mean, it's just the division is pretty much done for the Cincinnati Bengals. They won 2 years in a row. That's it. Nobody's ever really won the AFC North 3 years, so that looks like it's gonna hold. But they can make the playoffs. But it's tough, man. I mean, you got teams, and their schedule is tough. I mean, man, it's no Joe Burrow and the brutal schedule that they got coming to finish the season. Man, when it rains, it pours, man. It's unfortunate, though, but a lot of teams have been dealing with, injuries as well, man, to key players. So it's not just like the Cincinnati Bengals are losing, a key player to their team, man. If you look at the whole AFC North as a whole, everybody in that division has lost some key players, man. Pittsburgh Steelers, they lost some players training camp. They lose the young corner. Corey Trice goes out, for the year. He was making a splash. Alfonso Graham, the running back, the HBCU guy, he was coming in hot, making a name. He goes down for the year. Then you go in the regular season, first game of the year, Cam Hayward, he goes down, IR. Deontay Johnson, missed him for some games, IR. Pat Freiermuth, he's just coming back to practice from IR. You lose Quan Alexander and Cole Holcomb for the rest of the year, both of your inside guys, done. So, the Steelers been banged up. Kenny Pickett had to leave a game. Mitchell Trubisky had to come back him up, So the Steelers been banged up, and not to mention they're out. Minka Fitzpatrick is out. Best defender, the best player in the secondary for the Steelers is out. So, and that's a key loss. You had Cam. So, people, man, it's all around. Then you got the Cleveland Browns. They lost their quarterback. Deshaun Watson, he's down. He's out for the year. They have some injuries as well. Their line, they've been missing some tackles and things like that. Nick Chubb, So then the Ravens as well. You see they lost Mark Andrews for the year, and that was a big loss because he's a major factor in that offense, man. That's Lamar Jackson's security blanket there. And he's gone for the year. Lamar himself was banged up, in that game, kept putting the heating pad on the ankle and things like that. J.K. Dobbins, the running back, he's out. So that whole AFC North, man, is brutal, man. It's looking like survival of the fittest. Whoever can make it, whoever can limp through the finish line, man, because all four teams are banged up at key positions, man, key players. So Joe Burrow, going down, man, it's just like, join the group, man. It's unfortunate, but that's just what's been going on in that AFC North, and all around the league. Basically, that's just part of the game. It's unfortunate when it happens, but that's part of the game. That's why you wear the equipment and things like that, to try to protect yourself the best way you can. But they happen. So unfortunately, Joe Burrow and the Bengals going through it with the wrist injury. It looked bad. It didn't look like he was going to be able to come back. I know, they had that mini bye week with Thursday night. You have that extra couple games to get ready. They played that game. Their next game would be against the Steelers, the next week. So you have some time to get ready. But the way that looked, man, it just didn't look like that a week was not enough. 2 weeks was not enough. He couldn't throw the ball, and I don't think you can learn to throw the ball, or you can grip the ball in 10, 12 days time. So Joe Burrow tore some ligaments in his wrist and is out for the rest of the season, which is unfortunate for the Cincinnati Bengals. But injuries are part of the game, unfortunately. And next man up, which is Browning, I believe his name is, and we'll just have to see, how they do moving forward. Tough schedule. Probably won't win the division. It might be a struggle to make the playoffs, but you never know. So tough break for the Bengals, but everybody else is going through it in that AFC North on the injury front and in the NFL as well. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.